Shake it up, baby. Okay, we have two people here. All right. Hi, Emmanuel. Hi, Hidan. Adam or Hidan? Which one? Okay, let's keep people coming in. Okay, we have just two people here. Let's see where can join before we go too far. I worship the one who sits upon the throne. You can just send the message in the chat box so I can know who has joined and who has not joined yet. Till I am to sing I worship one will see upon the throne. Till I am to sing I worship. Waiting for people to join. We have 3 people here. At least if we have 10, we can go. We have 39 successful people that registered. So I mean, out of 39, if I have 10 to start, then we can kick off. You want to see about the throne. Till I am gentle saying, hey, Jesus. Okay. Oh, great. I see you, man. Brotherly. Intermedia concepts. Let me see. Esquita. Kita. So that I have lived in goodness. Oh God. No matter you've been faithful. No matter you've been so. Okay. So good. And you that I may know. Oh, I will sing. Goodness. So good. Okay. Oh, Farouk Unla. What's up, man? Vishwas. I see you. Mr. Farouk, I see you. Okay. We have Emmanuel here, still standing. We have Echoes of Adam still standing. We have Farouk here, still standing. No, you people, you be like my top guys from this September series. I don't know if I plan to do it again in October, but then in this September, I'm going to give you 3 like premium access. Farouk already has that, so let's just keep it at 2. So Echoes of Adam, Emmanuel, Omola, so yeah. Oh, I'm not proud of myself. I'm Yoruba and I'm reading like that. Okay, let me share my screen. There's nobody like Jehovah. There's nobody like Jehovah. There's nobody like Jehovah. Oh, there's nobody like Jehovah. There's nobody like Jehovah. Nobody like Jehovah. No. Nobody like Jesus. No. No. Hey, this is not a concert. All right. Hi, Phoebe Marvelous. Oh, right. You're the person that had issue with the link, right? Okay. I think we are ready to get started. Let me record. I worship the one who sits on the throne. Hello, Adolista. Adolista. Adolista, can you signify in the group? I want to know who the viewers are. You know, now we are public, it's no more private, so that I can be able to keep track of is I don't just want to have a session and you know we just have the session and that's what I want everybody to I want to build a relationship with everybody as possible as I can. So right. Okay. Should I record the whole screen out? A douche. Hold on, I'm trying to record the screen capture. Okay. I have to use my phone. Oh. Okay. Okay, let me record this part then. Transition. Start recording. Okay, tester, right, right. All right, all right. So yeah, we have 8 participants ready to fire. Let's fire. Okay, my name is. I said I'm called many names. Okay, let me use my phone. I want to be able to keep track of whatever is happening. Okay, all right. So hope I'm clear enough. Like, is my voice clear? Is the video clear? Is everything fine? Let me know from your end, from chat box. And okay, James Daniels. I think that's JK, right? That name is sounding familiar. Name is sounding familiar. All right, so welcome back. Oh, I'd never heard before, but welcome back. Okay, looking great so far. Thank you very much. So I was waiting for that confirmation. Right. So my name is many things that many people call me, but then I think Mike just makes your life easier. Makes our life easier. So I personally prefer visuals. I personally prefer visuals for a reason. So, but right, let's get into it. So, design. The live stream was named Design DSS 101. So that's going to be like the acronym. Um, Design Sunday School. So, and like I said, I tried as possible to rather make it. Um, no, let me stop sharing. Okay, so I tried as much as possible to make it um, clear that this is not a religious what's it called? It's not a religious class or tutorial or whatever I want to call it. It's just you know any designer that needs to get better, anybody that needs to learn design better or wants to be able to approach design in a better way. So this is just um my gift back to the community. Oh great. Yes, it's clear. I see you. So this is all my give back to the community. Right. So it's just I just want to show people how to do some designs better and um what is actually good design, what is not a good design. So right, so in just give me 40s of your of September. And I don't know what October holds, but then this September, every Sunday in September, we're going to do some mighty and marvelous work. Jericho must fall. Okay, so I named it DSS 101, which is today's class, is what's it called? Design problem, problem solving using design. Right. So problem solving using design. So whose problem? Who created the problem? And where is the problem coming from? So I'm going to try and make this as interactive. Uh, I see you was Mr. Lakule Benjamin. Why is all the names looking familiar? Things looking like Benjamin JCCF. So not to digress. So um I'm going to try to make it as interactive as possible, right? And even though I will not be getting feedback of voices, but then to make it as interactive as yes, this is going to be saved. I'm presently recording, right? I'm presently recording, so no cause for alarm, right? So I'm going to try and make it as interactive as possible for the for the sake of um whoever is going to watch this video that didn't join this class. So since it's free, so we might just make it free for everybody. So yes, just help me with typing when I talk, so I don't feel like I'm doing radio presentation, all those things. So all right, so let's just dig right into it. Okay, we have it videos now. So I know some people are viewing anonymously because the chats I'm seeing is more than I'm seeing 6 counts here, but then I'm just not going to mind. So right, so let me just present So on the poster, you realize something. There are three icons there. There is Photoshop on the poster, there is Illustrator, and there is Figma. So the designs I've done that, you know, they are like top designs, or maybe my designs from this year. Those are the three tools. Not all posters for them. Most of the posters. Those are the three tools I employ collaboratively. So I don't just finish a design in Photoshop. It's possible to finish it up in Photoshop, depending on how you. But since I can do some things with other softwares, why not combine and make my work faster? Some things that I will stress myself to achieve in 8 hours using Photoshop. If I collaborate using different tools, I might just achieve it in 2 hours or 3 hours. You know. So, but then if you don't know how to use other software, you still find value. I'll make it as relatable as possible. So, Photoshop is our main tool. Right. So let's dig right in. I'll be presenting now. I worship the one who sings. Hey, Jesus, just permit me. I cannot do without singing while walking. You go manage her like that. Upon the throne. I know I'm a bad singer, but you don't have a choice right now. Do you? No. Oh, okay, it's VFBC. Oh, chairman. Right. All right. So we're digging right in as well. Some of the projects here are already doing like casting. If you are somebody who is active on social media, you can see some things that you know already. You can see these people. If you are familiar with these people, you know where this is coming from, where this is coming from, where this is coming from, where this is coming from. Most of it is even coming from church. So right. So I want to start a new design, right? Say so the new Instagram rule is saying we should be using the ratios of 3 by 4 or 4 by 5. So whatever canvas size you pick, the mathematics is your width be 4 and your height to be 5. So which means if I say I want to use 40 by 50 by size, I'm still using the ratio. If I say I want to use 4,000 by 5,000, it's still within the ratio. So most times I use 1/6 by 2,000. So I use artboards and let's name it. Let's say DSS caps lock man. DSS 1.0 um, design headache create creating me a clean heart, purify me, purify me. Yeah. Oh, okay. So we have this guy now. So I said design problem, right? So let me paint a scenario. Let me follow up. I want to follow up on WhatsApp just in case there's any issue. Person is saying I blame Blue. I blame you for using Blue too. Disclaimer: Blue no offend me. So let's use somebody as a use case. Let's say okay, we have a client now. I don't want to make our first design, exploration to be church. So I want it to be something like a business. So let's say we have the persona now. So here we go. Right. Say like so could be any. Okay. You know. Aha. Sorry, it's multiple screens problem. Uh, Black. Come here. Okay. I'm not muted. I'm not muted. Who else can't hear me? Please, who else can't hear me? Let me know in the comments, in the live chat rather. Okay, right. So let's say um Mr. Olakunle Benjamin, let's just say he has a business. Let's say he has a what business is trending? Let's say he has a real estate business, and his real estate business is um let's call it uh safe haven. Haven is like house, so a safe house. So let's say the name of his business is Safe Haven. Let me pick a better font. Mm, let's use ordinary gist. Some people will get to pack fonts. Oh, a pack of it, pack of it. I think my laptop is not used to streaming YouTube. Is shy. Okay, so let's just use gist. So let's say he's into a business, and the name of his business is Save Haven, right? So, well, let me just I will open Figma and make it faster. Safe Haven. No. They have been into business, so I'm painting a scenario. We started tonight, right? So this is 9/18. So I'm painting a scenario. The name of the business is Safe Haven. They started business last year. They just did their CSC January this year after finally deciding that they want to go fully professional. And now what they have was something like, let me download something embarrassing from, let's say embarrassing. Let me download something embarrassing from Google. Just a random logo. Images. Hold on a second. Why I didn't want to script this is so that it can be spontaneous and it can be real to everybody. Everybody is streaming. Good, thank you very much. I love what I see. Okay, it's not going to go. Save image. Save image as. Hold on a second. I'm trying to get it in. All right. All right. So let us say this. I love this. This option I found. So, aha, we're there. So let us say this is how they started. You just want people to feel literally that when you do business with us, respond, please. Okay. Now, when you do business with us, this is the feeling. We protect your building because we're into real estate. So we want you to feel like we protect. So when you see our logo, so now this is not a logo class, but then I said design, and our focus is mainly on posters. So now, but then what makes up his brand a brand visual system is not just a poster. It boils down to the logo, but I'm not going to touch the logo. But for the sake of the class, I might just do one with. So, what was with? I might just do something rough and maybe neat at the same time. So the name of the business is Safe Haven, right? And they started last year. So I'm building a persona now. They started last year, so which means that they will soon be a year old this year. So they are looking at um, becoming a more professional brand. So now one of the difficulties they had then was people not trusting them with big deals. Okay, I have a property, I want you to come and evaluate it. I say evaluate, I want you to come and value it and tell me what it might cost and if I want to put it up for sale, all those type of things. And so I can put it up for sale for the proper price and you can help me manage it, right? So they cannot get those kind of gigs. All they get is I have a room and parlor self-contained. I have a two-bedroom flat. Can you be manage it? Let me get tenants in. So, but they want big gigs that can help them run their company in the best way. All those kind of gigs will give them little money, and it's only yearly. They want something that can be like a turnover kind of gig. So that's one problem. So low low level um, contracts. That's one problem. That's the most things they are getting. They are getting low level contracts. So aside that, they might be having issues like, okay, people don't really know the difference between us and Adron because we always post Adron properties just because we need agency commissions. Now, if you are into real estate, if you make a sale, there's a policy that gives you affords you the opportunity to get a dividend of whatever is being sold and all that. So they some people think they are now adjoint agents, and whereas they are not, they are independent agents just making sales or trying to make a sale, trying to be like an affiliate, or maybe not necessarily affiliate, trying to just make it is what people in real estate do, or people into estate survey, all those things. That's what they do. So they just want to make a sale. It doesn't matter who owns the property, it doesn't matter um what um agency is in charge directly. So if I make the sale, I get a cut. So they have identity crisis. People don't know that if they are an actual branch or they are a distributor or a sales contractor for Adron. So they have a identity crisis. I'm just painting a scenario. We have not started the design, but then this is where design starts. Asking questions and you know trying to give answers to the questions or to the problems that you discover after those people have given you the answers. Right. So now they have low level contracts, they have identity crisis. If we want to add one more, what other problem can they have? They might have problems like let's say um I don't know, think of any problem. If anybody that can help me in the chat box, think of any problem, what I think too. 924. So let's say they also have problem with logistics. How that at different times they get gigs like good like high level contracts based on relationship, maybe because from a family member or something, but then the distance is very far. And you can't call a deal your deal until it's closed. So imagine your domiciliary place is Ibadan and the property that is open for sale that they want you to come and close the sale and all those is in Abuja. So that means any moment anybody needs to check, because you are still small scale and there is no fund, you have to travel down, schedule an appointment. And if you don't want to travel down, you have to make plans with another person who is in Abuja that can be like a representative of your brand and that will always take clients to the property and check, which means you'll be paying for the person's logistic too. Compared to if the person was in Ibadan, you can take a lot of people on the same day. So logistic problem. Because practically the way to know a good designer is not by visuals alone. It's not by my name. It's not by what you see alone. It's by the result of what we see. And that's what I'm very particular about. I might make some designs and is all fire, everything is looking like magic, And I make some designs that looks very simple. Something like this black and white. Look at the design for nothing happening. Just a pattern in the background, a noise, texture, my picture, and then this I just did a style, a playful font, design Sunday school, just to let you know that this is not like a serious class. We'll actually be catching cruising on the community, but then when we're live, we do the work that needs to be done. But when it comes to helping each other grow in the community, it's going to be cruise all day. So I wanted to communicate that picture, that perspective with that design. So that was all was done. Or anybody that is familiar with Photoshop, this side that you're seeing, this side that you're seeing, this tuber, I know you can see my cursor on the screen, right? This tuber you're seeing, that's what I screenshotted, put on the design. This part you're seeing, yeah, that's what I screenshotted, put on the design. That was all. And from Figma, I screenshotted one part of the frame name, and I put it that all. So another designer, okay, let me not waste too much time. Another designer might do something very powerful, very colorful. You might use a dark background, do something. You know that okay, this person knows how to design. You know, there are some design that even a non-designer would know that this person knows how to design, and even a designer would know that you know how to design. There are some designs like that. Like, very powerful, very colorful. Emphasis on colorful. But then that's not the goal. The goal that I wanted to achieve is I want people to get the message as fast as if you are even though you are scrolling poor. The moment you go upon my own, you have read it one time, design Sunday school. Even if you want to scroll past that image, you have caught the message one time, design Sunday school. Without reading details, design Sunday school. You have caught the message. So if it relates to you, you check the design, you want to register. If it doesn't, you go. But then without wasting your time, I've passed my message in just 1 second. Many designers don't know how to do that. And that's a problem. That's a problem. A very big one. So yes, we have highlighted 3 problems that this brand has. Safe haven by Mr. Olakule Benjamin, and then low level contract, identity crisis, logistics. Now they have registered in January 2025. Now they now want to make their business a more professional business, and they are trying to position themselves to be perceived as a brand that knows their craft, and they are all out there. So here is what we do. First thing is research, right? So I hope we're jotting. When we are designing, the first task is identify a problem. So if a client comes and says, I need a flyer for December sales, don't just collect, don't just collect the brief and say, okay, I'll make it. Say, okay, pay that. Just ask the person, sorry, can I just ask, why are you having this sales? The person will give you answers. Some might be confused on how to answer, but then they will still give you answers. So when they give you answers, it will guide you. Okay, this is not it. You will draw out problems out of it. So you know the pinpoint they are meant to hammer. You see, okay, we don't have visibility and we have premium stuff to offer. That's one. Okay, let me show you something. No, 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 no. Nobody like Jesus. No, no. Yeah. Nobody like Jesus. All right. So look at this. This client. Let me show you something. I don't know if this will be inverted in the video. Okay, it's not inverted. Right. So look at this. Ordinarily, without seeing this, what comes to my mind is something about confectionery, about cookies, about cake, about donut. That what comes to my mind. Like when I buy all those kind of things, this is the bag they are going to bag it inside. But eventually, when I'm seeing it, it is a jewelry brand, and the designer designed this. This look minimalist and clean. I'm not going to deny. One thing I like about this bag is that it's clean, it's minimal, and everything that the bag is meant to do is doing it at least to a level. Yeah, social media is here. Yeah, social media is here too. Now, if I want to critique this as a designer who is particular about solving problem and not just designing, this is what I'll say. So, hold on a second. Okay. So, can you get off? Particular about solving problems. My connection is unstable. Is that right? Please, can we still hear me loud and clear? Okay, I think so. As a designer who is particular about solving problems, this is identity crisis. I'm going to think of cake without seeing this logo from afar off. What I want to do now, they have a sales upcoming, and now without them saying too much, even though they mentioned they need a design that is simple but catchy. Without them saying too much, I can already tell from this bag that they like something simple. They are my jewelry plug too. That's free adverts. You can patronize 45. Buy from 45. The sabi when you buy jewelry, make I always come there. So I can tell that these people are actually premium people without saying too much. It's not everybody that likes simple designs from looking at this bag, but then you realize that they have patronized some top-notch brands and they see how they package themselves and they want to package themselves that same way. But then now I have some problems to solve doing this design. Now they want to announce an anniversary. Say dripping chocolates. They want to announce an anniversary. They want to announce a sale also at the same time. So they want the sale is meant to they want to use the sale to celebrate the anniversary of their opening. Now I went to Pinterest. That's the next part we are going to. After identifying problem, the next thing is research. I went to Pinterest and many things I saw there were, you know what, let's just go to Pinterest. Let me let's go to Pinterest. Cinefa no Sobra. Okay. All right. Are the likely things that we are going to see? I'll go to Pinterest. So the idea of research is not to look for what it usually look like when such project needs to be done. Sales poster. So those keywords. Load. As it dark. I don't understand. Something's definitely wrong. This is this is a business flyer for the jury, but not sales. This is sales. This is business flyer. This is business flyer. Can you see it? Oh? See sales. See sales. This is a web. When you keep going, what you just want to pick out of it is now the designs that are fine. Yeah. One thing you notice is minimal use of images. You see this person knows how to design, but my client, this in context, in question rather, says something simple, I will not be able to use this as a reference. So because I'm seeing many things happening already, so I'm not going to go that way. There are many images there. So I want people to catch the message as fast as possible without wasting time. I'm a product designer too, and you know, UI UX, like some people call it. So let me just say UI UX because product um is more on another side. So I'm a UI UX designer, and one thing in marketing strategy that designers have to learn, being web designers and all that, is how to create the likelihood of getting sharp results in the space of 5 seconds. That's why you see that many hero section is that side, is that part of the website that you see when you launch a website before you scroll off. So the first thing you're seeing on that website should be relatable to your potential audience enough for them to be able to keep scrolling or go out of your website. So same for poster design, graphic design, anything you want to call it. You should always think like, what if my chance is just 2 seconds with this person? Will it convert? How can I make it count? I'm not going to get another chance. I just have one chance to close a sale with this person or to make an impression on this person. If I have just one chance, I'd rather not second guess anything I'm doing. So all my decision making is based on, I have just 2 seconds, 5 seconds to make this sale, to make this sale. So I'm more of a marketing guy than a visual guy. Even eventually you still find visuals there, but then visual elements there. But then my go-to approach is always the marketing side. Same for church too. My go-to side is always something that will trap the crowd, not because eventually graphic design for church is like, yeah, preaching the gospel. So your target is not one person, it's the crowd. So same thing for sales, same thing for evangelism too. So it's intertwined. Back to this you see many pictures is already looking too busy, even though the concept is nice. This is very simple and nice, but then that is not catchy. Look at this. This is very nice, but it's not going to work for Instagram. This is just like a um, business poster too. So, and my home problem that I'm trying to solve is an anniversary and it's also a sales. It's not a business flyer. So, the flyer has to communicate that it's the anniversary. Something that some brands will make um happy 3 months congratulations. That's one poster. Then um September sales. That's another poster. This brand needed to make it just one poster, which is not a bad idea. Is in fact another clickbait because people might want to, for the virtue of you celebrating your anniversary, they will feel like, okay, the sales is worthwhile, so they want to come for it. So this is another guy. This is another sales. This is another sales. So at the end of the day, you realize that there is nothing going in the way of what your client requested, but then you can still find ideas. So I thought about it and I said, um, let me bring let me bring let me bring the things I downloaded. If I can find it, if I can find it nearby. Let me see if I can find it nearby. How I generated or how I came about this. No, no. Okay, like I said, look at what I was talking about. Let me make this bigger. Yes, I think we're close. Yes. In fact, here we go. Look at this. This guy here, this image here. This is it in the background here. It's everything you're seeing here. I colorized it. Come back here. This ribbon for the celebration. See it there. Just enlarged. see sales, same thing, though in somewhat a manipulative way. I made it look like three was hanging it. See there, this guy, okay, this guy for the discount, looking as if he's falling with the ribbons. See, celebration, the rain, discount. Now, let's check this again. Then the mannequin. You see, I had different mannequin options. We're looking at the perspective of, and that's one of the things that we're going to go to in the next class, which is shadow, depth, light, and visualization. Shadow, depth, light, and visualization. How to make something look so real as if it was, as if, how to make a poster look like you're looking at something real, like real life right in front of you. So I had this option. I had this option. I actually wanted to create my own mannequin. Where is it? This. I used ChatGPT to create this. Then I said, okay, let me make it naked and look for let me make it naked and look for a jewelry myself from Cartier. I wanted to go to Cartier website and download the jewelry and manipulate it myself. When I realized that I was going to waste too much time, their deadline was pretty okay, but then I was too busy to want to waste too much time. So I had to just look for something that works, which is this. So I wanted to explore this option instead of this. Just this on just this on this place, but it was not. Let me see if I still have it. Okay, let me show you this guy. You see, I was saying I have to generate that first. Let me off this one. These are the shadows. And you see, so looking at this brown, the jewelry is not sitting pretty on the mannequin. That's one. Two, the color contrast of the brown on pink is not it. So I just had to ditch that idea, bring this guy in. Now, this guy is looking at it sitting there, but then it's not real enough. I had to work out my shadow myself. That's one shadow, the one for the bottom, and the light is showing as if it's a reflection of the window from this part. Like the light is coming from this part here. That's why these prints on the floor is looking like window panes or window panes rather. So that means the light coming on this mannequin, the shadow of this mannequin is also meant to be on the floor. Same way the shadow of the window is on the floor. So I had to bring this. Also, I did this myself too. This guy here. So that's the shadow of the mannequin. So that's why I said next class we'll be treating things like shadow, just to be able to prove the hyperrealism of your design. Shadow, light, depth, and what else did I call it? What else did I say again? In manipulation, I can't remember now. So that being said, I want to show you one more thing that was there. Hmm, I think that was all that was there. For my design to design for the design school, I didn't need to design this myself. I just downloaded it. Texture did I did the texture myself. I didn't need to do this and I didn't need to do this myself. I didn't need to do this myself. I just downloaded it, manipulated it, but there is no way you are going to find anything I used and I use it the same way. That's the difference. So some people will say still like an artist, but then they actually don't steal a copy. So back to what we're saying. Now, the design goal of this particular design, what's the time? 9:47. The design goal of this particular design is to do something simple but catchy. Now, the simplicity in this had to be just one mannequin carrying this jewelry and the details. You can't scroll past this without 3 months anniversary jumping at your face. If you skip any other detail, when you want to scroll past, you see 3 months anniversary right in your face. And if you are somebody who likes to shop, like somebody that commented not long, okay, it has been a while, sure. This person likes to shop. So if you are somebody who likes to shop, when you see 3 months anniversary and you see sale dangling, you'll be interested in seeing every other thing. If you just see 3 months anniversary and sale is somewhere here, you might miss it and want to scroll past. But the fact that sale is dangling around 3 months anniversary is going to catch your attention, and the color is not the brand color, it's red, which is going to evoke alertness, it's going to evoke attention. It is deliberate. It's not because I just downloaded it. If I didn't need the red, I can color grade the red. The same way I color graded this blue. Let me show you what this blue looked like before. That's the original color of that background. Then I just added something on it just to change the color to make it work with the wine, which is the color of the brand. And that was all. Now, as I explained all this to be able to show you how um, identify a brand's problem. Now, the brand owner might not see it as a problem, but then a designer knows that for every action a business is taking is towards a business goal. And so far there's a business goal, that means there's a business problem. Your goal, your mission is not to design. Your mission is to identify that problem, find a solution, and interpret that solution in design. So, having shown you this case study, we are now going to practically do this. We're practically going to do work on this fictional branch and try and solve a problem. So, we want to solve a problem of low level contracts. How can we solve a problem of low level contracts? Aside of that things that the brand have to do, inbuilt internally. One, their outlook. No premium brand is going to have a logo like this. You asked me for a poster. I'm going to tell you, sir, this logo cannot fly if what you are trying to achieve is to market to the big guns, the people with deep pockets. This logo cannot fly. Even if I don't design logo, like I design logo, but then let's assume I don't design logo in this context. I'm going to say I advise that you get somebody who is very good with logo and we design a logo for you, and that's going to be like your brand mark forever, or till the time that you want to reimagine your brand. And then we say, okay, we redesign the logo, come up with new colors and blah blah blah, and the person comes up with it. Then you do the poster. But then if the person is not ready to design a logo, fine, we'll keep that aside. We'll keep that aside. Now, low level contracts. One thing you will realize is so these low level contracts, that means their target is high level contracts, people in the luxury. Now, one peculiar feature of luxurious thing is less color. If you enter a place and they say it's luxury and there's too much color, trust me, the luxury is not luxury. Or let me say the luxury is wannabe. It is I want to be luxury. It is not luxury yet. Luxury will always scream less colors, more room. Right, that's luxury. Less colors, more room. Realize that when you walk into some halls, some five-star buildings, their reception are usually as big as some halls. Just the reception that you need to walk in be as big as some halls. What is happening there? You are just going to see just one dome opened ahead of you. Just one dome just opened ahead of you. Natural light flowing down from a very high distance, dropping down. And you just maybe one chandelier that is very long from a very far height. Just chandelier just there. The light is not actually lightning, it's the natural light that is doing the work. But the chandelier is just for decoration. And that will be all for that reception. But then the way everywhere is going to walk along the spaces, the way all the spaces connected to that reception is going to work, is going to be giving you this feel like you're in somewhere you are not used to being before. That's for people like me that are not in that big leagues. When I enter somewhere like that, then you are just going to catch the feelings that okay, this place is not the usual place. So now we want to do something that will scream luxury, and part of the message or part of the features of luxury is minimalism. Minimalism. Another is confidence. So you might be wondering, how can I communicate confidence with design? And please don't wanna be luxury, right? Wanna be luxury. So one of the ways you can communicate confidence that a brand has confidence with design. Oh no, don't do that. Why are you shy? Right. So one of the ways to know that a brand has, okay, let me bring this guy in just so it makes sense visually. So we want to solve this. The way to solve this is to come up with design that is minimalist in look, then a design that screams confidence. Let me show you. Okay, let me show you this too. No, don't save. Hmm. Don't want to show you that. Don't want to show you that. Let me show you. I think it's almost 1 hour already. It's almost one already. Design that speak confidence is a design that does what is not expected. That's confidence. When you try to do what is not expected. So this design is for a bag brand I'm presently working on. So it's like a full branding. So the name of the bag is let me see if I can get a picture now. Backed by Z. Okay. Not this. I just want to show you the logo and that will be all. Um those are the colors. Okay, there you go. Yes. Z Baggers. That's the name. That's the logo. That's the name. So they want to be a distributor of luxurious bags in Nigeria. That's what they want to do. So, and eventually to be able to have their own bag line that they want to produce that can compete in the same stand. Let me necessarily not complete, but then that can exhume the same finesse, the same class that brands like Louis Vuitton, um, Chanel, Fendi, brands like that, what they scream, that they can scream that those kind of messages. So now this is the usual way you will see text. Luxury is closer than you think. Do you want to seize? So based on I'm doing the full branding, so I built for the brand messaging too. I came up with these two, the brand messaging. Luxury is closer than you think. So this is for the anticipations, introducing something huge. So this is not usual. So I'm saying this bag is in motion. This this guy here, I generated it with ChatGPT. I just say generate. Let me show you how that is true. I have two colors of it. I think I found it when I was. So see it. See the first color. See the second color. Now look at this guy. Look at the original bag. You see it here. You see the bag. That's the bag there. I downloaded these images from Louis Vuitton's website. And so since they want to be distributing for them, this is the key. That was this. This is the rules. So different things that were used. Then this. Okay. So different things that were used in different ways that you would not have imagined would have been used. That's me trying to let the brand communicate bold confidence, also boldness. This stand was this. Now, this is not a design showcase. I'm just using it to buttress a point. This stand was this. Every other thing you are seeing here is placed. The rose placed. The shadow that is that's making it look like it was indeed placed there. Everything was done manually. Now, can you do this? Honestly, you can do this in 1 hour based on it's not something that I just imagine. What consumes time is the thoughts, the creative thinking rather. That's what takes time. But doing it actually does not take time if it has been fully thought out in the head. Do you understand? So now that's that. So doing this typography this way, other than the way this was done, this arranging it in this than you think, than think, is intentional, is confident, is bold, is disruptive. That's what the brand want to communicate. They want to communicate luxury, they want to communicate minimalism, they want to communicate um a force, they want to become an authority in Nigeria. Even as a startup, they want to come in like a force, like we're here. There's no back store that will distribute the original quality. Most of these bags that they sell in Nigeria, Nigeria, I know we have many people on this call, people from Ghana, Philippines, UK, Nigeria. I think I saw somebody from Zimbabwe register too. But maybe most people are from maybe most people are Nigerian in Nigerian diaspora. So, like I was saying, they want to become a force that they are not selling prototypes, they're actually selling the original bags. The bag that was used in this design, I think it was $8,000. This bag, and you will see girls carrying it in Nigeria, and I honestly doubt if it's the original they're carrying. So they want to actually pride themselves selling the actual original. So they don't want to come and play, and they want their brand to their identity to communicate that from the designs, because the touchdown is not the store, it's not the physical store. The touchdown is the online display, which are the designs. So imagine me now putting it right now. Imagine I do shapes just like this person, and I put different bags, put it inside shape. It will be fine. I put luxury is coming. Very fine. Because I understand typography, I'll put it there. But because I lack in marketing sense or in marketing knowledge, my only goal will be the design needs to be fine. It needs to follow the principles of design. But then I'm lacking in goes. What is the actual business problem? What is the expected end of this project? So yes, not to say too much again. So I think this first class have been able to solve the goal of this class, which is what design problem is. So design problem is that problem that a business has that you have to use your design skills to solve. So their problem, but then it becomes a problem the moment you charge for you know designing it. So it becomes our problem. So and one of the ways to better analyze a problem is to think of it as your own. Yes, I know this will not be read in a book and this can be hacky, but then I think of well, if the if the client is but let me not say that. So but then I think of it as if I'm an end user and I'm also the owner. So if I'm an end user, what do I want to see that will spark my interest in this, even if I don't have the plan to buy? What can spark my interest to want to save for later? What will I see that will spark my interest to want to send to somebody who might like it, who might like what they are offering, the service or the product? What I'm thinking as an end user, what are the things that can captivate me? I pen it down. What are the things that can solve my problem? What are my problems as a business owner? Okay, I want to be a force, even though it's very hard for a startup. I have no background story in fashion. I have no background in anything. I just have the bag. I just have the money, and I have passion for fashion, and I just want to come in with the force and boom. I want to beat everybody out. Maybe not hard, but I want to beat everybody to it. What are the things that I have to consider? I'll consider it in my head. The person might not even know it, but then designers have to be vast, so we have to think far. So you think for research, research, research. So research, when you say research, it's not just about going to Pinterest. It's actually researching about the business too. So what are the things, what are the challenges that ChatGPT has made life very easy? So I don't think I'm meant to be preaching it again. Many people have preached it already that AI is not coming to take your work, it's actually coming to make your work easier. Depends if you are ready to collaborate or if you are ready to let it replace you, which I doubt. Then collaboration makes your work easier and makes you more money in your pocket, rather. So you think as an end user, you think as a business owner, then you think as a designer. That way you're able to. So, and I know for people who are not actual designers yet, having this mentality is just like for people who are not um, in the top richest people in Africa right now or in the world right now. One thing they can start with is having billionaire mindset or a millionaire mindset, which have you, depending on the currency you're thinking of. Is having a billionaire mindset. Then you grow into that actual dream of being one of the top richest people in the world. So one of the ways to be a great designer, even though you're not there yet, is to have the mindset of a great designer, which is a great designer does not think of design, actually thinks of business, then interprets it with design. So think of the business goals because the need of design will not arise if there's not a business goal that needs to be met. So you have to acknowledge the source, which is the business, which is the business goal. Then yeah, now that's where you now take the roots from. That's where you now start weaving out from. So I think we're safe to stop for today. As safe to stop for today. From the topic, you can already guess that okay, there's no plan to actually make actual design. It's actually to deal with the right way to approach design, the right way to attempt design. You not just go to Canva or I say Premiere Pro or Photoshop or Illustrator or Figma and just say you want to design something or you saw something somewhere you want to design for your business or for your church or something. No, it's diff. Whoever designed that if it's somebody who is a creative thinker, design that to achieve a goal, not just to publicize an event, but to achieve a goal for that event. So if you just copy it, it's a different sickness, different drug. So you are using a wrong drug for a different sickness. That's why it is bad to copy designs. The best way is to develop or generate inspirations from design and then come up with your own. So I think with that, we can come to the wrap for today's session and then we'll keep the spice going in the community. So maybe I'll just drop a task. I'll drop, I'll generate, there's this fake client website whereby you can just, it's like a prompt. You can just ask it to, let me stop sharing. You can just ask the website to prompt, to generate a fake brief as a client, as if it's a client, to generate a brief for you. Um, so the brief, you can also let the brief be from real estate um, niche, let it be from um, oil and gas niche, any niche. I will drop. I'm going to. I'm about to say no. I'm going to drop the link so that we can check it. Pick anyone, and then the assignment will be analyze what are the business problems, then go further in stating the how will I say that? Just the way we said low level contract is a problem. So one of the ways to solve it is to come up with a brand identity that will communicate minimalism, confidence. That's just two out of the other things that we need to do. But then those two is still strong enough. So That being said, so you are going to identify the problems. You are going to come up with different things design wise that can solve that problem. So after that, then you just come up with research. You know, all this you can't come up with the problems with the solutions without knowing, without researching about the problems. So after that, you're now going to go to Pinterest and go and research for different designs that resonate with what you are trying to do with that actual project. So everything like that will be one document that will be shared. So I'm going to run it through. I'm going to run us through it on the community chat, and so that we'll be able to submit the assignment. So that means next Sunday, what we'll be doing is the poster for Safe Haven. In fact, I like how this is going. The poster for Safe Haven. I mean, before that Sunday, I might have come up with a better logo than this. So I come up with a better logo than this. Be able to go straight into the poster. Just tell a little story about the logo that I come up with. Just go straight into the poster with respect to how we want to try and solve these problems that are highlighted. I would have come up with a well documented problem and solution kind of document too, so that you can see how I did mine in case you want to do your own too. So now in real projects, right, they might not be sending that document to a client when you are just doing a poster. But then if you are doing a brand overhaul, you will need that kind of document. It's a professional thing to do. Problem statement. That's what they call the problem statement. It's a professional thing to do. So I think with that, we have come to the end of the stream. Is there any question that needs, well, you can ask the questions on the group chat. So I think with that, I can say see you. Bye. Yes, bye. I don't know. Is anybody there? Nobody say anything? All right.